Hello and welcome to this video where we'll get actually the score updating. So if you recall from last time, we had the text put in and we created a couple functions that were on the game manager. And so if we just take a look at that, and we had one where it was going to add player score and then run the player score update. And we saw that work here where we updated the score to show the current score of 0 at the beginning of the game. And we got the exact same thing going on to the add computer score and so on. Okay, now the one thing that we had not done is actually get the player score to work. We didn't see the score going up. And that was just simply because we didn't have anything calling this. Now the object that's going to actually call this function, and the reason why we made this public, is going to be the ball. So the ball will say when it gets out of bounds that, hey, I need to add to the player score, or if it's going the other way, I've got to add to the computer score. And it's going to do that before we destroy it. So let's take a look at the ball movement, because that's where we're going to sort of do this code here. And so if we take a look at the code, we said that when the position was sort of to the left, okay, so less than 13, it was going to destroy itself. Well, what we're going to do is we are going to actually find the game manager and that game manager script and then be able to run that function. So I'm actually going to come up to the top here and we're going to add two variables here. One is going to be a game object, and we will call this the game manager. Whoops, because that's what it was. So this is actually the object in the game. Okay, so that's the empty originally, the game manager. And the other one, which is going to look a little bit strange, is that because we have a script, that's considered now a class, and we can sort of say we're going to get the specific instance of this game manager class. So this game, and I'll call this the same name, but I'll put a little script after it. So the idea is we're going to grab the script, which is the game manager, on the game manager object, and we'll do that right at the start. So just like we did with the, well, I guess on awake is fine here. Just like we did with grabbing the velocity, we can basically grab that component. And so I'm going to kind of combine two steps here. So to get that game manager script, there's two things we're going to do. One is we're going to find a game object dot find, okay? And we're not going to use a tag, we're going to actually use its name, and I believe it is game manager. So let me just double check there. So this is what we're going to grab. We're going to grab the game manager, and on the game manager, we're going to find this component. So just like we did with the rigid body, we can find this because it's a component here. So I'm just going to grab that. So GameObject.find game manager, hopefully it does that. And then what we do is we get its component, and that component is the game manager. There we go. Okay, so is it upset about something here? It's upset about, oh, game object, game manager. That's what it's upset about. There we go. And the reason why it was upset was because the game manager script has to be a game manager object, basically. So that's a component. So that's what it sort of was upset about there. So that looks good. So now we have access to the game manager script. And then that means, we'll just save this here, just in case, it can find these things. So we can find anything that's public that is sitting in this class, in this game manager class. So what you'll notice here is that if I come down, sorry, ball movement, there we are. If I come down to here, so if the transformed opposition is less than -13, well, that means it went to the left side, right? So that means it's over here. That means it went past the player's paddle. That means the computer should get a point. So what I want to do is, if I go back to Unity, go back to the scripting, is that on the game manager, there was, where is it? Add computer score. So that's what I want to run. So again, I'll go back to the ball movement. So right here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go game manager script dot, and it should be able to find it here. There it is. It's going to run the add computer score. I'm going to do the same thing if it goes on the other side. That's the player score. So it becomes GameManager script dot, and then again, we can find add player score. So if it was not public, that would not be available to us. Good. So let's just see what this does. Again, the game's not perfect, but we should be able to get, just gonna make sure everything's saved there, good. We should be able to get at least one of these scores updating. Don't worry about this error. This error is there from last time we played. I can hit clear. They're gone until the ball disappears. Okay, so let's just make sure that the player can get a score. We're good. Now, where did our... We got an error there. Where did our computer paddle go? Computer paddle. Oh, okay, I guess it was there. Sorry, I was just sort of... Let's just watch this again. Okay, sorry, it's there. Yep, so that went up 1 for the computer paddle. That's good. Let's just test the other one. And I think our computer paddle is not moving. That's good. I think I can beat it that way. Oh! It's got such a lag in it here at the start. We will fix that. Oh my gosh, Mr. Fleming. I'm going to make you watch another video of me failing here. Okay, this time I got third time lucky, as they say. There we go. And don't tell me it's going to hit it. Oh, and it does this. Now this is a little bit of an issue here. That will be something that we'll fix in one of your modifications. So let me try it again. This is going to be fourth time lucky. There we go. Oh, it's going to hit again. I did the exact same thing. And that's part of the problem here. We've got the identical. Let me just turn off this script. That would be okay. Oh, so I just turned off the script. That means it shouldn't reset its position, so we should miss it this time. There we go. And we're just going to make sure that I get a point. Oh, that was a lot more work than I thought it was going to be. Okay, so that seems to be working. Our score seems to be working. Our next problem is this issue, right? This null reference exception or missing reference exception. And basically that's because we're destroying the ball and therefore we don't have a ball to play with. I mean, that's the problem. And then of course what's happening is the computer player is dependent upon that position, right? It's looking for the ball, and if the ball's missing, that's why it throws this missing reference exception. It doesn't know where it is. There's no ball for it to find. So we need to fix that. So those two things, and we might as well do a different video here for that. We need to make sure we reinstantiate the ball, and then also get the ball, or sorry, the computer to find that ball again. All right, so we'll do that in a separate video.